But I do want to quickly take a step back and go back a couple moves, because I think it's instructive to our viewers, the point that we were making in the early stage, if we could bring up an analysis board, that after this knight d2 move, black went c5. If you took on c5, black can regain the pawn with this check over here right away. So the point I had made earlier was after knight d2, now that's no longer check. So if black had started with knight c6, white can take this pawn on c5. And if you play queen a5, this can get black into an iffy situation. You play a3, saying have that pawn, and then you quickly play b4, and you see the evaluation going up in white's favor. With rapid development, black is going to be lagging behind because white puts the bishop on b2, takes this diagonal, can strike with c4, gaining space in addition to time.
But against e3 c5, you can't take and hang on to your pawn. I mean, you can't do this. They just get the pawn back because you don't have good support. So this doesn't make a huge amount of sense. And then knight bd2. What on earth? I don't think this opening has ever occurred in a world championship. This is not a traditional, serious try to get an advantage. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, Ding is just looking to get Nepo totally out of his comfort zone and to have to play chess on his own, which, all right, well, he does that, takes. Now, the fascinating thing about when black takes and white takes is that now you have a Caro Kann.
Robert,
go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt, but in case of e6 here, is black regaining the pawn in a very comfortable way?
I was wondering that.
Yeah, the only way to defend it is knight to b3, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is probably the variation that that you were thinking of. But after knight to e4, I guess we get the pawn back quite comfortably. And I wonder if this exchange of the central pawn for the c pawn is going to lead to an advantage for white, or if it's just going to lead to quite easy equality for black.